Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Today we want to unlock a beast tribe. You can do this after, getting the Enterprise back from Stone Vigil. And this is in particular the Ixal, the beast tribe that is associated with crafters. And over there, Commander Halloa has the Sylph Beast tribe. Oh, by the way, this is a re-recording because I really don't like what I have back then. Desiree, we have ourselves a situation. Our scouts out at Etat Spire have sent word that the Ixal are attacking their position. They report they've been weathered a sudden strafing run by one of the Bertman's blasted war balloons, and casualties were high. Have you ever seen these beastmen dirigibles? The Ixal stock them with explosive munitions rain hell on their targets below. Even should they float within bow range, the balloons' skins are thick and difficult to penetrate, though it can be done. Thus the spires reconstructed throughout the Trostwood are Gwydiania's first line of defense against assaults from the air. It is frustrating indeed then that recent conflicts have left them undermanned. I need you to head to the North Shore immediately and lend your strength to a garrison at Etat Spire. I'm certain Captain Goodwin will appreciate the help. Probably best to do this first part with somebody that can fight. Lieutenant Scarlet sent you, say? Praise Novika, though I believe the worst of the danger has passed. What few soldiers I command are both wounded and weary. It was a well-placed shaft that was our salvation. A private's arrow managed to punch a hole clear through the balloon's air bladder, forcing the Ixal vessel to flounder down into the trees. You could hear the squeaking from here. I must admit, however, to feeling a moment of dread at the thought of that war balloon slipping past and drifting over the city walls. Thank the gods and a certain private that such a fate did not come to pass. Nevertheless, we are in no shape to repel the Ixal should they prove able to press the attack. Pray head north into Peace Garden and see what has become of their downed craft. Alright, bit north, right? And over there it is. Okay, a downed balloon, some debris, but no Ixal there. Did you find the downed balloon? Was the vessel yet sound? I have some debris here. I'm not sure if this came from the Birdman's craft or is part of another contraption entirely. There can, however, be no doubt that it's of Ixal design. War balloons, such as the one you saw, were invented by the Ixal to assert the dominance of the skies. These vessels allow them to avoid our ground-based patrols and infiltrate the Trostwood with impunity. The beastmen use them not only for acts of war, but also to haul away the trees felled by the ever-expanding logging operations. It was to combat this unwelcome and destructive presence that we built guard towers throughout the Trostwood, though I imagine the Ixal were quite displeased to find our borders thus reinforced. In fact, the primary purpose of this day's attack may well have been the destruction of Etat Spire itself. I'm torn this way. We must not weaken our defenses here, but I would be certain our enemy does not lurk nearby, awaiting an opportunity for sabotage. I would ask you once more to visit the crash site and search the surrounding areas for signs of our foes. I pray that my concerns are not more than the anxious workings of a tired mind. So he says he hopes it's nothing more than a bit of paranoia. This looks suspicious. Ah, get away from there, no feathers. Ours to dismantle war balloon is. Touch what is ours, you must not. Rights of salvage, yes? Rights of salvage. Enough. No such screeching and clawing and threatening nothing featherless one has. Chief Totolok. Old part we fought swords, no feathers does. Search through records for nothing we did. Weak-bellied fledgling, calm down you will. Speak with featherless one Zezul shall. Could you be an artisan? No, clothing all wrong. It is. A garb for honest work it is not. Waste your weapons not. Ixal we are, but not the same kind that attack your tower. Balloon part you took, value to you is little, yes? Have it from you we could? Not by force, no, and not for nothing. We make deal, yes? Inside gate you come. Show you our work in return, says O'Shall. But chief, mean to let featherless one inside you cannot. Spread our secrets she will. Question chief you will not. That's what the decision it is. Such screechy beak, before plucked and strung from nearest tree branch you are. Fierce look featherless one has. Look forward to next meeting, Cecil does. Listen well now, feathers. If chiefs trust you betray, flay skin from worthless bones we shall. Okay. And an Ixal camp is right here. Down there is Cecil. Brave you had to walk into Ixal then. No such camp existed, you did none, eh? Now, have that war balloon part and your name, Cecil would. Yes, yes. Searched long for this we have. Thank you, Desiree Klingor. Know you what this is, It is special stone, used for making instrument to read speed of wind. Only found in Self-Atoll. Very rare. Even clever Cecil cannot build such instruments without it. Seem confused, did you? You wonder why Cecil not go to Self-Atoll and fetch stone himself, yes? Tell you why, Cecil will. We are not like Ixal of Netherland and other places. No. No fighting with forest people. Outcasts we are. Call ourselves a Cattle 9. Impressive, yes? Had nicer sound than a Cattle 20 or so. But one purpose we have. To fly free like wind. For war with forest people or pleasing greedy goddess we cannot. Fixed on the heavens our eyes are. From here on out we need our crafter. Any crafter is fine. A strange face you make, Desiree. Burning with questions you are, yes? What are you trying to do here? Make myself clear I did not, eh? Only naturally your suspicion is many Ixal would simply kill featherless one and leave corpse for vultures. But think like bird-brained Netherland zealots, clever Zersul and his crew do not. Endlessly wasteful this war with forest people is. Waste of time, waste of resources. A Ixal is a group of thinkers, of crafters. This place, a Ixal, is a place for building dreams. To fly higher than any other is a Ixal's dream. Before we can fly, make wings we must. Good at making things, you are, yes? No leather worker than C1, Cecil does. Way of moving, way of looking. Clothing had Cecil confused at first, though. Creating much better than destroying, yes? Both Ixal and featherless ones agree on that. Yeah, we can. Have Desiree create something for a Ixal, Cecil would. Build many things we can, but not everything is possible in a remote camp like this. Do you know of a place called Falgout Float? Yes, fine crafting facilities they have. Perfect for making airship hull interior components. Leatherback plywood is components Cecil needs. Make for strong and durable hull it will. Placed order for raw materials with Kikin merchant and Falgout Float. Cecil has. Desiree only needs speak to Junkmonger. Spend on coin you need not. A surprise for you, Cecil has. Protect and support hands when crafting tricky airship components. These gloves will. Even clever leather workers need help from time to time, eh? Come back soon, Beverless One. And that is a thing for the Ixal Beast Tribe. To craft the Ixal Beast Tribe recipes, you need to equip these Ixal gloves. They are good when you are a very low level crafter, but soon become a burden. Master Merchant welcomes, welcome, customer. Birdman Chief, tell Master Merchant of Chief Makings. You take things for making and go to place for making things. You find making place at side of inn, not inside. Master Merchant thinks you have no time for thinking. Birdman Chief seems ready to burst, it seems. Hildayat will give you a helpful help. Hello there, adventurer. Come now, I can hardly hear you. I said, hello there. What's this? You wish to make use of our workshop? Well then, seeing as you're a first time, allow me to give you a brief explanation of what we seek to accomplish here. As I'm sure you're aware, Eorzea is populated with a plethora of artisans who create a range of wonderful wares. This workspace was created with such a diversity of craftsmen in mind. No matter your profession, our facility is designed to allow simply anyone to bring in their materials and produce goods that demand an exquisite degree of precision and polish. Our small operation here at the Bobbing Cork is only temporary until we can secure a more permanent residence, but I assure you that everything is fully functional. Now, what exciting project has brought you to me this fine day? Airship interior hull components. What have we here? Ah, such a strange coincidence that you should happen to arrive bearing the same rare materials that... Hildayat, have you any word on my delivery? And who might this lady be? And why does she hold the component materials that I ordered? This is outrageous. You cannot simply swoop in and snatch up the wares I reserved a moon in advance. Please, Master Tataramu. You misunderstand. This adventurer brought along these materials herself. Just brought them along, did she? Poppycock. What would a gill-grabbing mercenary need with airship hull component materials? Only a master engineer of the highest level of skill would be capable of utilizing the potential of such specialized items, and I highly doubt that anyone beside myself would have a use for them. I shall be gracious, however, and allow that you are some manner of artisan. Pray tell, what exactly do you intend to craft with those materials? I'm of course ignoring the fact that your efforts will invariably result in a bot's shop and wasted resources. Master Tataramu, this is hardly gentlemanly conduct. Shall I offer to view the finished product then? Go ahead, madam. Craft your wares and I shall appraise the quality of your work. Free of charge. Master Tataramu, I shall become cross with you if you continue in that tone. Here are your materials, miss. I'm sure whatever you create will be absolutely splendid. And should you 8 the Ixal 9, you have always special crafting places. Give the materials to the space and then start crafting with the gloves. If you fail, you can ask to the person at the place again to get more materials. Yeah, and it's time limited. Oh, it's very gracious. Crafting log. B-stripe crest. Ixal. Hull interior component. Does need to be high quality, that will change later. And here, little man. Craft away, madam. I'll be waiting to be appraising the results of your expertise. All done, are we? Now, let's have a look at that travesty you've made out of... Gods be good. I can scarce believe it. The craftsmanship is exemplary. And you say this component is to be used in the construction of an airship? I cannot even imagine what type of hull you mean to build. Tell me, adventurer, who commissioned this work from you? I must know. I prefer not to say. A curious reluctance. What harm could come to revealing a client who builds airships? Unless... There was an odd rumor making the rounds among the engineers of the company. They say a group of Ixal had carved out a secret camp in the Black Shroud and were conducting trials for some kind of secret weapon. I had thought it idle gossip at the time, but it appeared the tale held merit after all. Your Ixali masters seek to craft an airborne vessel of war. I will not allow it. Transforming the wonders of air travel into the means for delivering death is blasphemy of the highest order. But, Master Tataramu, what do you mean to do? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to march right into that secret camp and give those blasted Burmen a good telling off. You'd best stay out of my way. But you cannot simply... When it comes to airships, I'm afraid Master Tataramu's passion overpowers his capacity for common sense. I wonder if he even has any idea where he's going. Here, you'd best take your finished component and complete the delivery. Your appraiser appears to have forgotten it in his haste to rush off and chastise the Ixal. Just who is Master Tataramu? I could tell you, but that would be very exciting now, would it? Perhaps you might ask him yourself. Okay, and back to Zazul. And I wonder if Tataramu finds him. Ah, returned you have. Able to craft components, yeah? Made this you did. Yes, serve us well, this will. Begin construction how we can. Ah! I finally found you. Never realized just how big this forest is. What a small, angry, featherless one. Never mind who I am. 'Tis who you are. 'Tis you who are on trial here. Are you not the Ixal master who seeks to build a death-dealing airship and bring war and destruction to Gidania? Have you no respect for the virtuous feat of engineering your uncouth plan will invariably sully? Weapons on an airship? Simply monstrous. Ah, mind your tongue, Ixal. Making airship with weapons says well has not. Been telling tall tales, someone has. Do not try to deny it. I've seen how the Ixal stole our technology to build those horrendous war balloons. Your kind know naught but killing and mayhem. Blather too much, anyone does. See not enough. Look at design on their own feet, you should. This schematic, it contains elements of both dirigible and airship. I've never seen the like. Hybrid vessel Desel Kalan it is. Fly very high it shall. Ceiling altitude of 5,000 yams. 5,000 yams? That's impossible. An unattainable fantasy. Why, even Master Garland's Enterprise cannot reach such heights. You speak of visiting the heavens themselves. Yes, the heavens. Rap on God's front door we shall. Knock, knock. Ayatlan, floating continent of legends it is. High, high above clouds, place where Zesol's ancestors once lived. Return to Ixali's lost paradise we shall. All-consuming goal of Zesol's people it once was. But this dream, shared now by too few it is. Rather worship mad goddess Garuda and scrabble the featherless ones Netherland Ixal would. Waste of life, Cecil says. Help a Cattle 9 build balloon airship hybrid and reach for distant skies ever Ixal should. What an incredible idea. You have such vision, such zeal. Cecil, I have misjudged you. You must let me work with you. I will see this dream of yours become reality. Wish to join Jessel's crew, do you? Possess some skill at crafting, do you, yes? Yes, I've studied airship design most extensively, and though my practical experience is admittedly limited, I vow that there are none who match my passion for the craft. Important passion is, but knowledge too you must have. Work you as hard as others, Cecil will. Be spared for your size you will not. Thank you, sir. You won't regret this. Tataramu, at your service. And what of Desiree? Impressed with work, Cecil is. Enjoy crafting with Cecil's glove, did you? Like second skin, yes? Protect hands but allow artisans to make delicate and difficult movements they do. Agree to help Ikatal 9 build Dizzle Kalan and let Desiree keep gloves, Cecil. What say you, Featherlesson? Sprout wings and fly with us, yes? Sprout wings I will. Feathers of the spirit we share. Hard to imagine to look at us now, is it? But an ancient Ixal flew on power of their own wings there once was. Sad then, that wrath of elementals we incurred. Banished from forest and stripped of gift of flight we were. With younglings hatched outside the forest, something wrong there was. Stunted their feathers were, but loose desire to soar Ixal never did. In place of lost wings, great balloons Cecil's forefathers made. Such ingenuity. Seek to continue the legacy Ikatal 9 does. But forgotten joy of crafting own wings Netherland Ixal have. Grovel instead to goddess they do. Grovel and beg. Fools. Grant them new wings Garuda never will. Seek only to increase her might the goddess does. Always more sacrifices. Always more crystals. Nothing more than slaves Netherland Ixal are. But not Ikatal 9, no. So once again we shall, within Desel Kalan, our salvation, our waking dream lies. Hard work and see history written. And we unlocked the Ixal 9 Beast Tribe. We now get a quest giver, Ixal Ahutlan the Able, and that quest giver gives us 3 quests daily we can do to increase our reputation at the Ixal team here. Thanks to your efforts, construction of the Desert Kalan hull has begun. Continue assisting the Ixal 9 to see the airship hybrid reach completion. Now we have Ixal Ahutlan the Able. As I said, 3 quests, and over there is the Municipal who has a delivery mission. It gives a lot of relationship points, but it's also a bit expensive to do. Our supply is dwindling there. A featherless one we seek. A featherless one to fill our houses with wares. Master of all demands swiftness he does. Ever prudent he is. And you have a daily quota to give him stuff. Mama, look at my list. Deep is our need. Each item delivers gives you a bit of a quota. And as you increase in rank, you need more and more expensive deliveries. In this case, I could turn on some antidotes, definitely, and something else. And 20, we need 30. More we need. More you must bring, Master, so that ice as he does. Ever ice as he does. And you can now look on among the timers what items you need to build. Okay, I made something for him. A leather belt. Yeah, high quality gives more experience, but the experience for this turn in a solo, it doesn't matter. Make your quota. Crates were full. Report to my sickle. You must. Hurry, you must. Featherless nuker you came. A featherless friend you left. Hear of your deed, the chieftain shall. Okay, and the 3 normal quests for this one. Misdirected room. The one who too would be able to come, she has. Went to Ixal, lend a hand, that we might both escape the claws of the heart. Pluck my posterior bare, she shall, if leatherback plywood for bladder lining we do not provide. Able to craft this component himself, Ixal is, were it not for a cattle dearth of facilities. Those of Craftsmen suffice they shall, but welcome within their walls Ixal is not. With featherless chatterbox, featherless craftswoman should speak. Ah! Able though I am, cursed with terrible fortune I'm too. Lost to Garuda worshipping buzzards, materials for constructing urgently required starboard hull components are. Precious materials for preparing leatherback plywood for the hull, lost to our enemies in tree speak. Ah! Retrieve the materials myself I would, but able lover Ixal is not able fighter. Featherless craftswoman and fighter both you are, and more than capable of recovering materials. From storage pots, retrieve the materials, then for crafting to Tree Speak stables you must go. Open to all featherless for facilities there are. Need for special favors there is not. Ill tidings, featherless craftswoman. Waylaid by featherless ones our carrier has been. Trapped at best, dead at worst, yourselves fierce. Of the essence, time was so whiskey root near Treespeak stables I bade him take. Labot hull component materials, stray cattle he was to bring. For the leatherback plywood to construct the hull, materials precious and light. Nearly depleted our supplies. If yet alive, likely in hiding the carrier is. Know you for a friend he may not, so with a wind to him you must whisper. Words of power they are, known only to a cattle and their allies. And unlike later crafter beast tribes, the XIV always has a discipline of a combat discipline part. Well, almost always. I know that look. You have a mind to use these facilities, don't you? Hardly the first time, suffice to say. It's quite flattering, actually. And who wouldn't? If the facilities I worked so hard to maintain are in such demand, it is high praise indeed. However, the same demand means I cannot allow unrestricted access, I'm sorry to say. Oh, don't look at me like that. Can you imagine the state I would be in if I let every traveler have a run of a place? It'd be no better than a pigsty. But worry not, you may use them if you take this lunch to Paul Mont at Ixal Spire. A simple delivery should be no trouble for a strapping adventurer like yourself. Oh, and do remember to bring me any empty containers you may have. I will use them, you see. One must never be wasteful. Stuff that was stolen. Maybe other Ixal. Choose one. There's the carrier. Say with the wind. Case sensitive. With a wind, featherless nuker is. Relieved and contrite I am. All nukers alike to me they do. As a friend of a cattle I did not. Deliver materials in my stead, I would ask, but that alone suffice it will not. Too late the shipment is complete, the component we must now deliver. Now, open to all featherless the facilities at Treespeak stables are. There craft 3 larboard hull components. Featherless friend can, other recourse we have not. Alright. Then to the stables we go. Greetings, friend. Our doors, assuming we had any, are open to all. You should possess those materials, yes? If you'd first permit me to conduct an inspection. My concern was not. These materials are both quality and plentiful, in fact. I've calculated the optimum amount required to craft the components you have in mind. I shall hold on to the excess while you work your synthesis in magic. Pray let me know if you fail, so I can give you more materials. And the same text again, because this is standard for all the recipes you have in a particular place. And it's left the lunchbox for Paul Mont. God saves me. Today is the day, isn't it? Should be here any moment. Is that from the matter? I am... thank you. Here, don't forget this. No need for her to come all this way to fetch an empty sack. Am I right? I do so hope Paul Mont wasn't disappointed that I couldn't deliver his meal in person. I trust you've brought the empty sack. Oh, and as a precaution, I must ask that you present your materials for inspection as well. You'd be shocked by what some people have tried to make here, believe me. My word, would you look how spotless it is? Nothing more satisfying than seeing that your man, that your friend didn't leave a single crumb. Ah, yes, your materials. Though unusual, I don't believe they could be used for evil ends. Here you are. You'll note I did not return all of them. There are several times the required materials, it would seem. Whoever entrusted this task to left a note in the back. To featherless Nuka, give only required parts. In case of failure, return spares. What in the world is a Nuka? Yeah, that's why the quest is called Misdirected Woo, because that man wants nothing to do with her. Without component materials, soon halt construction of the Ixal. Disastrous for a cattle, and Ixal this would be. Materials I expected, yet components you have brought. My mind, waylaid career and featherless crafter that read. Initiative values, Ixal values much in his allies. Who better than able allies to prove Ixal's own ableness, I say. Rise ever higher I will, with the aid of featherless craftswoman and her ilk. Feathered, my precious posterior yet is, if not, but not for long if featherless craftsman does not deliver bladder lining component. A gift to the cattle your craftsmanship is, and a gift to Ixali maidens Ixal remains. Not more than jest, my words are, of course. Never would me truly harm his tail feathers, Ixal knows. A buzzard to be feared, the heart is. Where her claws is, you suffer her wrath as I have. Suffer the barbs of his comrades, the able cannot. Bring the starboard hull components, you must. Save my reputation is. To featherless craftswoman much and more is owed. We join the ranks of the buzzards I wish not to do. Much more beloved by maidens as well as able revolutionary. Alright, but that is, I guess, the first episode of the Ixal Beast Tribe quest. And, yeah. We continue this once I've ranked up enough, and see you then. I'm Ace, and don't get lost.